You'd be glad to know that Star FM is the official radio partner, and Lewa will be going there to report for us. Yeah, Lewa will be there in flesh.
Yes, and I'll be reporting.
Okay,
I wanted to be on the runway.
but she can.
I've got the body for it, right?
And the face. Does the height matter, Marshall?
Well, the height
What is she?
would be an issue for the runway. However, I think Lewe would also be best suited for catalog fashion. You know, I think she'll be very good if she was to get, for example, Edgar's or any other brand that needs to showcase the clothing that they have. Lewe would definitely make the cut.
If you're listening, if you're listening, like not even being biased, she would actually do a stellar job at it. So for the past 2 weeks, we had insights on what Zimbabwe Fashion Week is all about, focused on the Refashion Entrepreneurship Accelerator Program, a 6-week accelerator designed to empower young streetwear designers through entrepreneurship, education, and fashion expertise, and shared the spotlight on one of Zimbabwe's Fashion Week's partners for their 2024 showcase, Supermodel Zimbabwe. So that is what happened last week. This week we have special guests in studio who will unpack what is to come at the Zimbabwe Fashion Week 2024. Of course, Marshall Mutsamwira, director of the Zimbabwe Fashion Week Trust. We also have Chinesai Mukora Mangoma, PR and advocacy head, Honu, Council of Fashion. Kip Chikumbu, fashion designer, founder, is it Kai Kings or Kikings Wearables? Yeah, and we also have Jackson Chifamba, fashion designer and co-founder of Rosebow Collection. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Star FM.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Gentlemen,
you.
You've got your voices. Yeah,
And you got your voices. You
No,
can speak for
you know
yourselves.
what, you can do? I'll speak on their behalf. They're
Yes.
starstruck to be in your presence.
So, Marshall, let me come to you.
Right.
Can you tell us more about the Zimbabwe Fashion Week and what those who will attend the event can expect in Victoria Falls this year?
So, for those who've not been with the program that we've been on for a while, we are having Zimbabwe Fashion Week, having runway shows, panel discussions, as well as a designer showroom that will showcase what our designers will be offering on the runway. We have had such an overwhelming response from those who want to participate and be a part of the event. And as such, we have taken a decision to move our event to take place on the 30th of October until the 2nd of November to allow those who are in Harare as well as those who are outside of the country to make it for our showcase. So that is a big development and update that we'd like to share with our listeners and also give some time for our designers as well to put their collections together. So we're very excited about what our designers who are in the studio are going to share about what they're going to be doing. And then from there as well, we're going to highlight a few things that we're going to be doing with our sponsors in the next coming weeks as well. We've got so many exciting developments with some of our sponsors and key partners.
Exciting indeed.
Thank
And
you.
speaking of growing the fashion industry in Zimbabwe, I read a recent press release that announced that Zimbabwe Fashion Week has formed a fashion council called the Honu Council of Fashion. I'd like to find out more about this and get Chinesai's perspective on this and how this council ties with the work that Zimbabwe Fashion Week is doing. So Chinesai is on the line. Chinesai, good morning. Chinesai, good morning. I guess we'll come back to her. Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Bad connection there. We will come back to her. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone can pick that question, or we have to move on from that. Maybe let me come to over to Kith and Jackson. Can you tell us about yourselves? How did you get into fashion design, and what has your journey been like so far?
Okay, I'm Jax. So yeah, the fashion journey began. I don't even remember when it began, but I think it was like being like molded into me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could not even I didn't even choose like to be in fashion, but then I was just like
Fashion found you.
yeah, it found me.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I was a baby, I guess, or maybe I got it from my parents. I don't know. But then fast forward, and then I met. I was the top one doing software engineering, and then I met our butler at school. This guy right there, he's gonna speak. And then we met, and then he told me like a lot of stuff. And then he was the only cool guy at the whole institution.
Mhm.
Like everyone was just like just in general, like the Zim fashion is like bad. Like they don't have like we don't have like a really cool sense of style. So this guy was the only one at the school like who was cool.
Let me see the
And then-
guy.
And then
Oh, him with his locks.
yeah. And then I
Ah.
met this guy, and then we started the Rose Bowl collection. And then I met even in the whole city, like in Harare, like in town.
It was only the two of us.
Yeah.
And then we started like building a community of like fashion people. We met a lot of people around that time,
Yeah.
and back then I think a lot of people never had like the confidence to like wear what they want, and it was only the two of us who had like the confidence, and then we picked up a few people that were down with the idea.
Okay. Interesting. And what does participating in Zimbabwe Fashion Week 2024 mean to you, especially, you know, as young designers?
Yeah, it's a good step, like, because we are used to showcasing only
At
the fabric party. Like, it's a community of street people only. So Zim Fashion Week is like new eyeballs. So it's a
the,
big step.
The idea
yeah.
of like mixing up with luxury designers and streetwear designers is beautiful.
Yeah, so I like that. Yeah, so it means a lot for us.
Wow, interesting. Such a huge platform as well, I guess, for the both of you. Let's talk about inspiration. Who or what inspires your fashion designs? And how does Zimbabwean culture influence your work as well? Do you incorporate that into your designs and styling?
Yeah, I get my inspiration from like my everyday life. I spend most of my time thrifting in Bari and in town in the CBD. I'm inspired by the daily life that I see every day. Like maybe I just wake up and then I get in a combi. Like the conductor might just inspire me in some way, not like in a fashion.
I don't need that. You know, Charles Raki.
Yeah.
I got layer.
Yeah.
And
I
then
might
layer
get
him
to
Catherine in China. So
Yeah. Yeah. But in terms of like designers, I'm inspired by a lot of people, just like say a few Virgil Abloh,
Yeah.
RP Virgil Abloh, and then who decides yeah, like
El Bravo.
El Bravo, ASAP Rocky,
oh, ASAP.
Yeah.
Fashion killer.
Travis Scott, all those guys.
Yeah, those are the fashion people that we look up to.
Yeah.
And mostly when it comes to work, I work with colors.
Mhm.
I can run into a color that I'm
Do you do like vibrant colors or like what's your palette like?
just
any.
like colors in general. Like I can run into a color and then be like, okay, maybe I can work with this color and then join this, and then it's just random.
Mm. Let's talk about the creative process and designs. Can you describe for us the collection that you're showcasing at Zimbabwe Fashion Week? What's the inspiration or the story behind?
Okay, so you can speak about that.
Yeah.
The story behind the name of the collection is Dishre Marua.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's special. Dishre Maruva.
Yeah, our brand is Rose Bowl, so we had to like work on something like that. So Dishre Marua is all about that, the inspiration that we get from like our everyday struggle. Like young people, they go through a lot of things, and we just have to like get our inspiration from all that, and then be motivated that one day things will change. So our things are like going that direction though.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if it makes sense.
It does. I wish I was there to witness that. Nishona Dishre Maruva.
She will.
Papa runway.
Witness. We'll definitely give her something to wear.
Yeah. So, what then makes your Keith and Jackson? What makes your designs unique or stand out from other designers?
Okay. Yeah, what makes me stand out from other designers is the unique idea I have in crafting my designs. You know, I'm inspired by music and dance, art and architecture, and the sweeping savannas of Zimbabwe and the majestic Victoria Falls. That alone is a whole inspiration to my art. Yeah.
Wonderful. And looking at the what role, again coming back to you, do you think fashion plays in shaping Zimbabwe's identity, and how does your work then contribute to that as well?
Okay. Yeah, the role fashion designing plays in my idea. Yeah, it is an identity. Yeah, so it's like when I design my clothing, I know that when one buys them, it's like they are the only one who are wearing that design in the whole of, like, wherever they are.
Okay.
So it's like I make one of one pieces, handcrafted and backyard made. So my designs are unique in their own way.
When it's any handcrafted stuff as well. Okay. And for my young designers or aspiring designers who are looking to break into the fashion industry, I don't know who's going to take that. What's your advice?
Okay, yeah. What I can advise them is, fashion industry as a whole is not a bed of roses. It's a highly competitive.
Arisi dishre maru.
Arisi dishre maru. It's a highly stressing and very competitive industry, which requires innovation and experimentation. You actually have to experiment with a lot of fabrics, and for you to be able to come out your own way, it's like you have to attend fashion shows, fashion events, collaborate with fellow designers, and mix and mingle with people that are sharing the same goal with you.
Mm-hmm. So where can people find more about your work, guys? Do you have a website, a social media where fans can also follow your journey?
Yeah, we do have social media handles. Personally, mine is called Kicking's Wearables Art. It's available on
Kicking, K-I-K-I.
K-I-K-I-N-G-S. Wearables space art.
All right.
Yeah, it's available on all social media handles from TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Wonderful.
And I've formalized my business. So far, I'm located in town in CBD. Yeah, the studio is located at corner Julius Nyerere and Robert Mugabe at Crossover Mall. You can find us there. We make clothing for small to medium enterprise. We supply corporate wear, and we also accommodate like orders from various individuals who want one of one pieces.
Okay, one of one pieces.
Exactly.
And Dishe Maruva, your handles.
Our handle is called rosebow.collection on Instagram. Yeah, mostly on Instagram. We are based on Instagram.
Rosebow with a Z.
Yeah, with a Z.
Okay.
ROZEBOWL.collection.
.collection.
Yes.
We'll check it out as well. Chinesai, we have you back on the line.
Yay, I'm excited to be here. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you loud and clear. Much, much better. So we're talking about the growing the fashion industry in Zimbabwe, and I was saying that I read a recent press release that announced that Zimbabwe's Fashion Week has formed a fashion council called the Honu Council of Fashion, and I'd like to find out more about this and get your perspective on this and how this council ties in with the work that Zimbabwe Fashion Week is doing.
So thank you so much for having us. Very excited. As you know, Honu is the larger context of the Ubuntu principle. That means I am because you are. So it's a coming together for people with a common purpose, with a common cause. In one word, Hunu's work, our ambition at Honu is simply to integrate the fashion industry. So we understand and we appreciate that there are different councils within the space. We understand and appreciate that there are different players within the space. Our call to action is when we integrate, when we come together, we can accomplish so much more. So all of this work in the integration of the different genres of fashion councils in Zimbabwe, which we have a fair share of, which is actually good. The more the merrier, they say.
Indeed.
We're saying all of us coming together at the apex point of Honu, our Ubuntu-ness, our togetherness. We feed into a robust and strong Zimbabwe Fashion Week, which we hope that Zimbabwe Fashion Week will now form a contemporary line of fashion that will feed into the mainstream of fashion weeks across the globe.
And I'm checking our time. We have run out of it. But then if you can also share with us, what projects do you have in the pipeline as Honu Council of Fashion?
Oh, fantastic. The Fashion Council has different arms. So we have, importantly, which is very new to the space of fashion, we have our education arm. Our education arm has also worked with Refashion in designing programs, mentorship platforms for different designers in the space. We're also working with a retail arm of our Fashion Council, which hopes to take all of this integratedness to bring Zimbabwe fashion to retail through physical outlets as well as online outlets. We also have the public relations arm, whose main ambition and thrust is to make sure we talk about Zimbabwean fashion beyond the Honu. So we talk about Honu Fashion Council. I understand there's Fashion Council of Zimbabwe, which is led by Mrs. Joyce Timanye. All of those integrated bodies, we at Honu Fashion Council celebrate them. And in our public relations arm, we say, I am because we are. So we will be talking about all of the things that are happening in the fashion space of Zimbabwe.
Chinesai, thank you so much for your time, and we hope to hear more about the Honu Council. Coming back to you in closing, Marshall, I hear the dates have been moved, so if you can tell us about the details for the Zim Fashion Week.
Yes, so Zimbabwe Fashion Week will be happening from the 30th of October until the 2nd of November in Victoria Falls. Tickets are available on our mobile app with our partner PC Concierge. For all of those with the Google Play Store, the app is available, and our iOS version of the app will be available this Friday, where you can make your ticket purchases and be able to see the events that we have. We are also looking forward to sharing more information about our event on our social media handles. That's zim.fashionweek on Instagram, and you can also catch us on Facebook on Zimbabwe Fashion Week, and you can follow our website www.zimbabwefashionweek.com for more information.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. And Lady Chinesa, I really appreciate you for making time as well. Counting down to the Zimbabwe Fashion Week that is happening from there.
30th of October until the 2nd of November.
Until the 2nd of November. Really looking forward to that. It is Star FM Galaxy Fashion. That's the segment. Taking our time to 11 o'clock. It is time for the news.
Zim Papers Radio Broadcasting News.